Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. How's it going? Excellent, very, very good. In that case, can you please give a very, very warm welcome for some Billionaire Banshee with Lyd, Tim Meredith, Jonny, and our next special guest, Immogen from Immogen. And Stella Fun. Here they are. Here they are. Blimey. All right, so we've got Billionaire Banshee over here. There you go, that's great. Nice one. So you guys remember Billionaire Banshee, right? You guys remember how this works? So for those of you who haven't played it before, basically what we're going to do is each person, bar one, who's up on the stage, is going to take 2 cards which will be shuffled. One is a perk, one is a quirk. So, for example, your cards might say that you're a billionaire, as it says on the box. And some of your cards might say that you're a banshee, which is your quirk. We are going to play a blind date style quick dating game to determine people's perks and quirks. So, on the stage, who wants to be the guest first?
There's some cards under the insert.
They're not for the using.
They're
We've screened the deck for mental health purposes. So, so, yes, they're the ones that we do not touch. So all the ones in the box should be fine. Who would like to be the datee first?
What does datee mean?
You are going to be the guest.
It's going to be dated.
Yeah, you're the one talking to, I'm going to say, Cilla Black?
Yes.
Yes.
You're going to be, so Tim, are you up for it?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be the Cilla?
I'll find a life partner.
Excellent. Okay, so Tim, if you can imagine as Cilla Black, for those of you who don't know who that is, that was one of our very own from England. In fact, she was from Liverpool, I believe. She was one of our very talented singers who then went on to have a long career in TV and unfortunately has passed away in the last couple of years. So this is very reminiscent of what Blind Date used to be. So, without further ado, you guys should now all have a perk and a quirk card. Excellent. So, Tim, take it away.
Do we want to show them to the audience?
No.
Would you like to see their cards? No? Some say there's more no's than yeses, so keep them to yourselves.
Yeah.
And Tim, you'll have to guess what their perk and their quirk is. Good luck.
Thank you very much. So we're going to give us all a moment. Has everyone had a look at their perks and or quirks?
Yeah.
Everyone happy? Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Billionaire Banshee. I'm the datee, Tim Meredith. I'm trying to find love in a hopeless place. And I have 3 people joining me, and I'm going to find which of them are going to hold me tight through the dark, dark night. I've got 3 questions, and I'm going to present them to our players in turn. So I'm going to call that player 1, player 2, and player 3. Player 1, I've been insulted online. Who could have guessed this would happen? I know! I thought they were nice. How would you console me after this online trolling?
I might give you some sweet love and also a present,
Okay.
which will put you to sleep so I can go out and beat them up.
A mix there.
Yeah, you gotta take the vengeance with the cocoa.
Wonderful. Player 2.
I'd make you a shirt.
The sad haberdasher weeps off. Player 3.
I would wash you like a mummy cat.
Would this be with some sort of rough tongue?
Yes.
And if
In a particular...
Oh shit, sorry, I misread my card.
hang on, we'll finish with player 3.
Yes, no, please.
I concentrate in a particular area, my favourite area.
Would remain a mystery.
Oh, I didn't know, am I meant to say it, or I've never played this game before.
Well, if it's very much what's on the card, no. If it's a reference to what's on the card, yes. The tension.
I'd wash you like a mummy cat in an area that, you probably wash yourself, but you might like a hand with.
I can also give you a hand.
You had your chance, Perry. Okay, some interesting. Do you have anything that was drastically different now you've understood your cards?
Yes, no. I would still make you a shirt, and obviously I feel very sympathetic. Like, don't worry about this. Like, it doesn't really affect me as emotionally as you might think. Obviously, it is sad for you, but not for me. So don't worry about it. This is fine.
An emotionally distant milliner. Okay. I mean, not milliner. Milliners make hats, haberdashers. How embarrassing. Okay, question 2. I've taken up an extreme sport, let's say sky punching. During a sky punching expedition, I've twisted my ankle. The sky's really far away, you leap, you land. You didn't land right. So that's laid me up for a couple of weeks in bed. How are you going to take care of me during this difficult sky punching time? Player 2, let's start.
Well, it's going to be a bit difficult for me because while you were sky punching, I was in Milan, debuting a new line. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of sympathy with you as in terms of sky punching. I can't do it myself because the goggles sort of fill up. But I would definitely use my tremendous social capital to make sure that you were. I'd send you a gift basket. Of ties.
Bow or regular?
Dealer's choice.
Ooh, I'll take a mix. A bow tie with a long thing on the bottom.
Is that not like a bolo tie? Is that a...
We do not speak of the bolo tie. It is America's greatest shame, which is a surprise. They have a lot of shame. Player 3.
Well, I think nutrition's very important, so I would make sure I fed you. I'd feed you things like beans, pulses, sprouts, anything high fibre.
Keep me regular.
Yes, and also maybe have some other effects, which I wouldn't fall prey to. So that would be what I'd do. Big bowls of beans.
These effects that you wouldn't fall prey to. Can you expand on these effects at all?
Well, sometimes I do expand.
You expand.
I'd expand, but don't worry, there'd be no unpleasant repercussions from that. I just puff up and go back down again.
I think I know less about you than when you started speaking. Player 1.
Yeah, so, because this is set in a Johnson government or America, I would pay your medical bills just like that. That's what I do, just off the bat. Gonna pay those, and then I'd go and take vengeance. But quietly.
Quiet vengeance. Coming to
on the
Netflix
sky?
on December 12th.
Or...
Yeah. Or the ground. Whatever, really.
Okay.
Got a lot of vengeance.
Not very- So the core theme here is quiet vengeance.
Sneaky like.
Lovely. Okay, question 3. Merry Christmas because it's Christmas. We are spending a delightful holiday season in a Nordic cabin in the far further reaches of, let's say, Finland. I don't know if that's technically Nordic, but who's to say? Nordic people, but none of them are here. I meant up here! I know you're out there! Behind the wall.
Surprisingly expansive fan base for us.
I know. I think I got gifts from some of them.
I did.
Yeah, ooh. A Nordic mug.
Like one of those traditional...
A traditional Nordic mug.
Traditional Nordic
It's
spider
like
mug.
every other mug, but, it's got hug in it. Specifically Danish, but, yeah. Anyway, back to my very important question. There's been a snowstorm and we have very limited supplies of food. But luckily, you're a very good cook. It's a very long question. Very productive. But we have limited supplies. What seemingly inedible object would you be able to turn into a delicious, romantic Christmas snowed-in meal? Player 3.
Oh, what delicious. Well, I think that something that no civilization needs, we should probably get rid of, is deodorant. So I would make you a delicious deodorant pie and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And maybe you.
An important follow-up question, would these be roll-on or spray? Because obviously
Both are evil. Both as bad as each other. I mean, roll-on possibly. possibly worse.
Sure. I'm just worried about the propellants that are in an aerosol. I think they would really make you ill.
That'd be like a flambé.
Ah, good. Player one.
I mean, really, do we need the food? I'd give the food to other people for the sake of justice. And then maybe I'd feed us punches.
Do you mean you're going to punch me in the face?
Yeah, like a knuckle sandwich, but good.
You're like, no! Interesting flavour.
Don't worry, I'd look after any potential medical costs.
You're very focused on the medical costs.
It's important to me.
You've been an Nordic country, I'm sure it'll be publicly funded.
Justice.
Justice! Player two.
I've got a lot of leather jackets,
Sure.
all sorts of designs, all sorts of colours. So I'd chop them up, boil them down, and make a sort of beef, like a skin meat soup. The leather. One thing I will say though is we will have to stay very much inside, because if I do try to exit the cabin, it's just icicles growing out the side of my face, and it would be very dangerous.
Okay. Well, armed with this information, I have a very, very difficult decision to make. Not for the reasons I expected. But I think, you know what? I think at the end of the day, don't we all want to be licked all over like a cat? The answer, in my opinion, is yes. And for that reason, I'm going with player three.
So can you guess?
Can I guess? I'm going to try. So player one, you are it's like a very justice-driven East End gangster. That's what I'm going to say. You're an East End gangster who's really concerned with their own harsh brand of justice. Street justice, if you will, justice.
Do I tell him?
I mean, you can
Can you place under the camera?
Yeah.
So that all may see.
Right, so ironically, the Cray twins would probably agree with you, because I think I'm a charitable superhero.
That was Batman you were doing.
Trying to.
I understand. I understand now.
But, like, rather than Batman just keeping all the wealth, I'll give it away.
Very good.
It means there's less crime for me to fight, really, actually, because the socioeconomic system
I really-
is...
Exactly.
I
The
really-
crime doesn't start.
I really enjoy that one of the details for they are charitable is don't let charity ruin their physical or financial health.
Because charity ruining your physical health.
It's just like no, like self-care. Like you're
Oh, I
you're
understand.
charitable, but you're not, you're not giving too much.
Okay.
Centre is
Um,
dad.
Player two. You are a tailor.
Close fashion designer.
Ooh, the tailors to the stars. And I think you are very emotional, but you're hiding it. Hence the goggles filled with tears.
No, I literally can't stop crying.
So the goggles were merely an aid.
It's quite like the reason because I misread it at first. I just saw can't stop crying, so I'll just cry. But then I read it and it said due to a tear duct issue, not due to sadness.
Oh, I see.
All day long, doesn't make crying noises. Still stay hydrated.
Ah,
There's a lot of self-care.
There's a lot of
You know,
thank you.
drink water and go to bed.
Player three.
What did you think you were getting?
I don't know. I feel like. Well, it's difficult to get away from the cat thing. So I'm going to say you are the big cat from Alice in Wonderland.
I wish.
What were you?
I'm not sure which of these is a quirk and which is a perk.
It says on the back.
Oh, okay, cool. You'd have thought it'd be the other way around. Okay, so
Let's do quirk first.
okay, I think my quirk is that I want to lick your. No, my quirk is that I'd never fart.
And that's your perk.
That's
Your
a perk.
Your perk is that you
Oh,
never
so
fart.
that I want to lick your armpit during sex is somehow a bad thing.
And so when you saw the phrase "I'm going to lick your armpit during sex" and you said "I'm like a mummy cat," it raises a couple of questions.
I don't have any pets, don't worry.
I've stopped worrying.
Good.
I made a terrible mistake. Okay, you
Shall I
now
date
DT.
it
Let's
now?
discard those cards, burn them. Don't actually burn them, but in the sense of gaming, burn them.
What, do I have...
You dispense cards.
There's some
Thank
cards. There's some cards.
Okay.
There's some more cards. There you go. Enjoy your cards. Do, 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 do. Has everyone read? I don't know how much time I should give you to read. Do, 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 do. Feeling time on the street.
Sorry, there's a detail here that really.
That's good. I'm glad that you're having fun because I'm making sure no one else does.
No, you're doing the theme tune to the dating show.
The dating show it sounds as desperate as it is. So, I guess, hello, and I suppose welcome to Desperate Love Lives, which I'm dating people in. As you can tell from the theme tune, we're all sad here. Right, I've come in a last-ditch attempt to not be lonely, because it's Christmas. So, I'm going to see who is least likely to murder me in my sleep. Let's... Oh, yeah. I can already tell it's not going to be you. But maybe murder in the sleep is a good thing. Right, so, I should have prepared some questions, shouldn't I?
Just ramble, that's what I did.
Just ramble, that's it. Okay, I've got one. No, I haven't. No, I've lost that. So I like stabbing people. What? Who would you stab? And why?
Well, I think it's going to sound a little weird, but I'd like to stab an octopus because I think they're really just not getting on my patch. You know, that's my thing. What? Keep them in. That's my thing. That's my thing. Sure. I'm willing to keep it under wraps. Yeah, I'm not weird about it, but I just feel like, step off octopus.
Yeah.
That will, however, cause a lot of ink spill, but don't worry, I've got that covered too.
I see. Same question over here. Who would you like to stab?
But they don't
and
really
why?
let me near knives. No, I said once that I'd like to cut up my own sandwich, but then they said that no, here's a sandwich that we cut up for you, but it was peanut butter, so that was my favourite. And then I went in the car and I drove the car, and they gave me lots of money because that's what they do, and that's just really nice that they give me all the money and I drive the car. So really, I don't really need to handle knives or
No.
what was the question? Sorry.
It really
Sorry,
doesn't
I'm a bit-
matter. Let's be honest. What?
Can I have a juice?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
Dehydration forever.
Okay, no, that's fine. I can buy my own juice. I'm
You've
quite
got
rich,
a lot of money,
actually, yeah.
right? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
From what? Yes. Player 3. So who would you stab and why would you do it?
Who would I stab?
I see.
All of Extinction Rebellion.
Right. That's a lot.
Hang on a minute.
Right. Oh, letting her hair down. Right. Okay. Yep. Woo! Do I need to play the rest of the game? Can we just run off together? Wow.
No, you still have to do the podcast.
Oh.
So that
Always.
wasn't in character.
Never get to stop. Okay, who would you... Goodness.
I don't understand what's happening.
But I think it involves the phrase meow.
Like a cat.
Like a cat!
Like a cat.
But strangely a mummy cat.
Who would you stab and
I'd
why?
stab. Oh, why? Well, I'd stab all of Extinction Rebellion.
Right, yes, but
Because
why?
they threaten my very existence with their insistence on reducing carbon,
I see.
on bicycling everywhere,
Oh,
Gross.
on blocking bridges. Makes
You-
my life very hard.
Right, so you like to drive across bridges.
I like to be driven.
I see. My word. All hot and bothered now. Right, let's do another question. I can come up with those. Here's what I didn't prepare earlier. I have gone out to buy some chips, and then I bought the chips, and I fell over and spilt the chips everywhere. What would you do to make sure that I didn't go hungry while I cried over my spilled chips?
Okay. Well, I happen to think that pre-organisation and cleanliness are the best defences against future malnourishment.
Right, right.
So I would organise your fridge in such a way that you could not possibly even get near to running out of food. You'd have it all laid out week by week, day by day, hour by hour, if that's how you would like it. And I can do it really quickly because I've got this arm, and some other stuff.
It's really good to hear. That's lovely.
I can show if you want, but also I can show you. I can not show you if you don't want.
I see. What would you if I don't show you what I want? What do you do?
I'll just tidy up.
Oh, okay. How would you deal, player number 2, with the desperate situation of me standing over some spilled chips?
I mean, if it's less than 5 seconds, you can still eat them.
True.
5-second rule. But if it was
have
longer
to
than
pick them
5
up very
seconds,
quickly.
I'd drive really fast
I see.
to probably a Burger King, and then
Those aren't chips, those are fries, player number 3.
I'd take you to a drive-in, I'd take you to a motorway service station, something in the open road,
Something
diner.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd be exhausted.
Oh
at the
my.
end.
I usually am. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, that's a good question, actually. Right, but I'll start at this end. So it is Sunday morning, and I did a 12-hour charity live stream. Why? Oh, peer pressure. How do you motivate me to get out of bed before noon the next day?
How do I get your motor running?
Oh, yes.
Uh,
Row. Sorry, that's
Would
you.
I put some gas in your tank? Would I change your air freshener
Oh,
dangling from the little mirror?
Probably need that.
Oh
It's
no,
very
you're not
hot
allowed to
underneath.
change that because they tell you what it needs to be because it needs to be the branding. You're not
Okay.
allowed to change that.
I can do what I like. You can't stop me.
Okay, no,
I think there's a lot of inter-car politics going on over here. This is Car Movie 5. The plot is much better than the other ones.
Car movie 5, weird sex car. They've really gone off brand.
Yeah, they had to make the money back somehow. Right, cool. Have I asked? Did I ask you?
No,
Right.
I just interrupted because it's important because
Right, yeah,
they're very.
No?
I mean, I would probably.
How would you motivate me to get out of bed?
I
after
would.
an experience like that?
I mean, I'd probably say that. I mean, presents are a good motivation.
Yeah.
Generally.
They are, I like presents.
Yeah, and also Monster Energy drink. I'm not allowed to drink it.
Oh.
But they do. But like it's all over the car. So
Oh,
I
I
have a
see.
lot of it.
Oh, I
They
see.
say it makes me hyperactive. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sponsors are meanies.
Yeah. I once built the website for Monster Energy drink.
I don't know what that
and
means.
so they gave me a fridge full of it and I became very addicted. That's a real story. I was a web developer. I drank 2 cans a day. I did not sleep for a week. I got very ill. Anyway, do I now need to pick or do I...
You haven't asked.
So you, sorry,
The
how...
nice man in a trench coat.
The nice man or men.
Who can say?
Who can say what would you do on the morning of a winter Sunday morning? Have I mentioned it's morning? When I've done a 12-hour charity live stream the day before.
Well, it's a two-part answer.
Right,
Obviously,
good.
one of the trickiest things about getting up in the morning after a very late night is you've probably strewn your clothes around, you've probably made the room a little bit messy. That's quite demotivating in a morning, and I've already sorted all that out. That's point one. Point two is that I find people are quite dry and crusty in the morning. Around the eyes, the mouth, the ear holes sometimes. Especially in the winter, because of the dry air. And I've got a surefire supply of something that can sort that dryness right out.
Is it mucus? No, I can't ask.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Where do I get it from?
So, I'm going to pick, and I want the sexy car.
Yes!
Imogen's just hauling it in. Give me the things. I can guess. Are you Marie Kondo with 8 arms?
You know what? You're closer than you might think. I am a cleaner that loves cleaning. I will clean for you for free, okay, if you're untidy, but I'll organise a way for your life. I'll make your place smell great.
Oh, cool.
And to assist me in that, I have 2 extra arms that are tentacles.
Woo!
I'm willing to hide them, I can control them. The tentacles make their own lubricant. I don't have to apply external lubricant at any point. No third-party lubricant for this guy. And I also will not remove them.
I know, that's fair enough. I don't
Yes.
think
It would be
you
weird.
Removing them would be very strange. Are you, Johnny Sims, are you playing a very shy brand endorser driver?
I am a race car driver. They are a professional racer. They have the intelligence level of a 10-year-old. And also, not going to get any smarter. It's very clear about that. Also, my favourite detail, professional racer, won multiple championships, oodles of sponsors, skilled racing any vehicles.
Yeah.
They never run over people. Just a really very specific
Just in case
detail.
of some sort of death race scenario.
Yeah.
But never run over people. Will not do it.
We're in a world of an MIT choose who a self-driving car should run over.
on the subject-
It's very good.
So
to
on
be
the
like,
subject
never
of
run
somebody
over
who
people.
will run over people.
Yeah, you
Okay.
what I thought I was getting was possibly just a really hot car. Sexy car.
Really close. I am a car,
Okay.
So they think they are a car. Okay.
No, just a car.
but I have naturally amazing hair.
You are a hairy car.
Yep. What everyone wants to date. A
Ah.
hairy car.
Is that why I was so attracted to that car from Dumb and Dumber?
Sometimes drinks gasoline, doesn't talk or act human.
Right,
Oh,
no.
I didn't read that bit.
That's fine.
No, it's cool.
Although that would have meant your whole thing would have been a series of revving.
I would have also been down for that.
Right. Johnny,
Okay.
date us.
Date us.
Date us. Date us. Date us. Date us. Date us. Date us. Date us. Gin, 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 gin.
Someone gave me a present of some gin. So let's do this.
Sun's over the yard arm somewhere. We haven't been out in a while.
That is
We don't know.
gin. As opposed to what? I don't know. Da, 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 da. It's a dating show. It's a dating show. Da, 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 da. Find some love with you. Hi, it's dating. And I'm the datee. Or the dater. You decide. With me, I have 3 possible love connections. And to find out who I'm really vibing with, let's ask some questions. So, contestant number 1, contestant number 2, and as is tradition, contestant number 3. So, contestant number 1.
I shall
question-
allow you to speak.
That's really kind.
Approach me.
Oh, I already feel special. So, it's very simple, nice, easy opening question. What would you... I'm a traditional kind of guy. I like dinner and I like a movie. Classic date. What dinner would you take me for? And what movie would we see? Contestant number 1.
A banquet, laid out on a table as far as we are from Switzerland.
Nice.
Exotic meats and vegetables from all across the empire will fill us. And you will be able to see me swallowing the food and watch its traversal down my gullet into my imperial tum-tum.
And what would be the movie?
The movie. We would have all the greatest actors of the earth perform for us like dancing muels. Look, there's Kevin Spacey. He's being kicked to death. Saved it, forgot about recent history. Oh look, it's Al Pacino. He's probably bad as well. I mean, have you seen him in anything? That's not a nice man. Let's say Tilda Swinton. She's great.
So far.
So far. Who can say?
Contestant number 2. Dinner and a movie. Okay, good.
That. I think you'll find that it's perfectly edible.
I see.
The crispy patina on the pie, and the crumb, very good.
What
you
flavour?
Could knead it. I'm flexible about what's inside. It's really it's got crust. It's just lovely crust and then a nice soft crumb. Let's say liver and sausage and eyeballs.
So a home cooked meal.
It's home cooked, and then also
It's quite forward for our first date.
excellently, yeah, really good.
And what about the movie?
Oh, the movie. Well, that would be something warming, but also, I like really crusty, glutinous, wholesome things.
It's a shame you've said wholesome, because otherwise you could have very easily gone with American Pie.
Oh, that would have been good.
But unfortunately
yeah.
you've said wholesome, and that's not a wholesome movie.
There's a bread pump.
Gonna push you for a title.
Yeah, it's gonna be the loaf of pie.
Okay. Contestant number 3. Dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I take you to soft play, which I think, that you're up to date with all your shots, right? You don't mind getting head lice? So you'd be fine.
Sure.
That'd be, and we'd
What does
probably...
one eat at soft play if...
Food you find in the ball pit, mostly, I think, just whatever...
I've heard Play-Doh's technically edible. It's cornstarch.
Yep. That, so we'd have some of that. We'd probably watch Mrs. Doubtfire. Charming film about being stalked. Fireplace. Oh, hang on.
Woo!
Bad news for you later.
Okay. Okay. So, it's the end of the night. We've had a lovely time. You're dropping me home. I don't drive.
Neither do I.
Okay, well, in which case we've been driven home, and you want a second date. What are you going to say to me? What are those sweet little words that are going to convince me to take you out on a second date?
By order, I declare that a second date shall be had, and you shall be lucky enough to enjoy it with me. And then I will place my hand fully upon your face, over your mouth, nose, and eyes, but will still lock orbs. And then I will back slowly away as footmen engulf me, for I have been naked this entire time. In ermine robes. And you will have said yes.
Contestant number 3.
Well, I just remind you the reciprocity agreement with Playdate. I've looked after you. You've now got to look after me. That's how it works. So yeah, I'd just be very brisk, and I'd get out my shared Google Calendar and insist on you making some time.
Okay, and contestant number 2.
Well, I would give you a lovely
Pie?
toasty pie,
Mm-hmm.
and I would crunch over to you in my lovely warm shoes. And I would say, come to the patisserie, where all dreams and feelings come true. Because nice feelings in the patisserie. It's soft and warm, like my heart, really, and our burgeoning relationship.
I see. So, last question. Children are very important to me, and if this were to go far, then I think someday I would want some children. What would your ideal education be for any children we might have? Contestant number 3.
I think we'd have to school them in the occult arts, obviously. And the best way to do that is just send them out in the woods.
Okay.
And then, the next day, any that survive, we take them to scouts.
Okay, no, that's a solid plan. Contestant number 2.
Bakery, really.
You would bake them?
No. Oh, but no! What kind of monster would bake children? That would be all flesh. And gross. You can't get a good crumb on a child.
Okay.
It's a waste. What kind of texture are you going to get? It's going to be all...
I honestly don't know.
Well,
You need to cover them in yolk to get the purchase.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, golden glow, but I still think that you wouldn't get that springy, toe-curling
So we're not
texture.
eating them. I've established
You're not
that. I
eating the child.
misinterpreted.
You could
Apologies.
make
So
them,
how would we educate?
send them to a bakery, get them to pick up all the important skills,
Okay.
and maybe a cobbler.
Right. And your Supreme Eminence?
I apologise, I was creating policy for the Northern Reach. What was the question?
If we had children, how would you want them educated?
They would be sent away immediately. To fantastic schools to prepare them for their future in court. Obviously, they too would have our royal affliction. Put a book behind them and you can still read that book.
Right, well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to need to choose to go on a date
There
with
is no
His
choice.
Supreme Galactic Eminence,
There is only one choice.
because otherwise, I don't really want to be spending the rest of my short life toiling away in the cosmic mines. So I'm going to probably guess that you are an alien warlord or an alien emperor. You're an alien emperor, and you have the body of a translucent slug.
You know what? You've outlined the truth in your lies. I rule the planet. It does not
You rule the
specifically state
planet.
that I'm an
Okay,
alien, but
okay.
I am willing to be swayed to certain things. However, I rule in a way that you enjoy. I will not step down. And there is no term limit.
No term limit. Good to
Also,
know.
it's a rigged witch hunt. Also, I have translucent skin. You can see my veins. You can see some muscle. Not all muscle. Maybe there's another muscle in front of it. It somewhat ruins my book point, but still. I won't wear makeup. But I walk
That's a
around.
bit of a shame, because I had an image of you with this very ornate
I do,
face paint
but it's
scenario.
veins. It's all veins.
Well, that can probably be
And I
sexy,
do
who
walk
knows?
around the house nude sometimes, but given that I'm the rule of everything, everywhere's my house, always nude. Always nude.
So,
I'm not wearing them, they're merely held in front of me.
Lyd, you
Right,
vomit up pies, and I'm not sure what the other aspect was. I want to say that you have yourself got a crust.
So I can reheat food in my mouth.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fair.
Or
It
should-
doesn't get soggy. That's handy.
Yeah, no,
crisp.
or chew.
Toaster oven quality.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I don't know what that is. I can't eat wheat. I didn't have much to draw from on this because the other
Reasonable.
aspect that I have is that I wear bread bowls as shoes. One thing I didn't flag up. Sometimes
Does
there's
there soup
in
inside?
there.
What flavour?
Squelch. Well, by the end of the day, it's actually salt.
Right,
And
okay.
It's bad.
So, I'm a little bit lost on you. I want to say either a nanny or some sort of adult baby. And I kind of want to say that you are a demon trying to trick me into making a pact.
No, that would be great though. No. I'm a banshee who's a great parent.
Oh!
Like all banshees.
Oh no, that's my feet. They're tangled.
Whales when someone near them is about to die. Oh no!
Okay.
You got a whale, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a whale.
I'm so sorry, John.
Oh,
Well,
you're so
I mean, to
sorry.
be fair, like as your royal concubine, I'm not sure how long I was going to last.
Yeah.
I wouldn't intend to kill you, but what we would do would be murder.
That's fair.
But who's going to prosecute me? That's the question. I
Right.
packed the corpse.
So,
Do you have time for one more?
yeah, we got time for one more, and it's only fair.
That's true. We all get a go.
Oh, we've got one of the sex ones coming.
How do you know that?
There's a bear with a whip on the back.
I see. Right. Goodness. Well, we know they've been what's the word? Screened.
I see.
Okay, is everyone?
Right, all right.
Cool. So, I think everyone should die alone. Convince me different. So, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Question number 1. Contestant number 1. It's Christmas is coming up. I expect, nay demand, a lot of very expensive and thoughtful presents. What would you buy me?
What's a better gift than information? Yeah?
Money?
Well, in this day's modern economy, information is money. Think about it. So, I'm going to track down the credit card numbers of people that are evil. Perhaps they're cat people, who can say? And I'm going to take all that money and give it to you.
Excellent. That's a very good answer.
Do you have a
Number
ball?
2? No.
Okay, just ask.
I would manage to. I would give you an experience for a present. I would take you into a woodland, and I would surround you by many woodland animals that including apparently this one, and they would sing you a happy birthday Christmas song, and no one would see anything wrong with that. It would be very normal because we're all human here.
Yep.
Absolutely, 100%. Lots of animals singing and maybe dancing. They might bring you other people's picnics.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Number 3.
Well, I think that you want a gift to be personal. So I would probably knit or crochet a custom jumper for you from my own body hair. I mean, there's a lot of it, and it would be a bit scratchy, so I'd recommend an undershirt. But it'll keep you warm, because the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take you out into the woods. I'm going to shoot you how to. I'm going to teach you.
Shoot me?
No. Close. I'm going to teach you how to shoot the apple off the head of passing children.
Oh, okay. That sounds better than what I thought you said.
I 100% would never shoot you. I'm too good a shot.
Nice save.
Very true.
Excellent. Okay, some very good answers there. I've had a falling out with a member of my close family. How do you show me that you're on my side? Number 1.
I would, well, do they have any sort of social media presence?
Yes.
In which case, it'll be a horror show in there before the day is out. Because I am on your side, I am loyal to a fault. I would kill for you. Both digitally and physically.
Excellent.
Also, no, I'll leave it there.
Fantastic. Number 2.
I would walk up to them completely normally, in a completely human way, wearing human clothes and a human face. And I would then whip my hair back and forth, and then lots of dogs would attack them.
That's defamation. What's your Twitter tag?
Totally a human, absolutely the right number
I'm
of
at Disco
limbs.
Crotch.
Oh, Disco Crotch, no. Unfollow.
Number 3.
I'd shoot them full of arrows till they were dead.
Excellent. That would get the job done.
It would only take one arrow. So when I said full, I meant
Full of one really big arrow.
full of one arrow.
Massive
That really
A
just,
ballista.
whatever works. But all I know is I'm hitting my mark.
Wow, I would want to date all 3 of you. Okay, final question. You're going to take me on a romantic getaway. Where is the most romantic place in the world? Number 1.
It's a cold winter's night, and we're sitting in front of a fire, and I'm laying at your feet, and I'm staring intently at a steaming ham.
That sounds lovely. Number 2.
I mean, obviously not the ocean, because humans don't go there. So, somewhere very dry, and I would walk on my 2 legs. Two legs. Those are all of my legs. And then I would take you to I would find a horse, and I would whip my hair back and forth, and then the horse would take us to a nice ski chalet. Ski chalet. Don't pay attention to how the horse reacts when my hair connects with its hair. That's just how horses are. There's nothing going on at all. And then I will clamber off the horse with my correct number of limbs, and we will go, I don't know, skiing, because that's something that is very far away from the ocean.
So a very normal human
It's
holiday.
absolutely, that's what humans do all the
Standard.
time.
It's human shit.
I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Me too, human.
Human 5. Checks out to me.
Number 3. At your romantic holiday.
I quite like hotter countries because I find that thin robes, they really let you sort of spread out down there if you need to. Also somewhere a little bit sporty, somewhere I can sort of put a few arrows into some targets and really just show off my skills. So I don't know, like the Assyrian Empire maybe. I think they had a lot of arrow stuff, or I might be getting it confused. Either way, roomy robes and.
Lots of.
Oh,
Excellent.
also I'm human because just because apparently it's a thing that's important to you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting.
only date humans.
So just to be clear, say it out loud. Yeah, I'm human.
Definitely a
Absolutely.
human.
There's
so yeah.
no concerns about my species at all.
Oh, the table full of very
Yeah,
attractive
humans. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm going to date the hairy squid in the middle.
I mean,
Possibly
yay.
also one of the Na'vi out of Avatar.
Ah! Yeah, no, do you want to do
Yes, I would like to know what.
That is
they-
literally exactly what I am.
Yes!
Secret identification. Yeah.
Nobody suspects a thing.
They are both very specific.
But
Oh, that's an Octodad tie-in.
Yes,
It's literally sponsored by
Octodad.
Octodad.
yeah.
Okay, and you are a dog that's also an internet troll?
Close. I may have taken the dog thing a little bit further than the card would have suggested. But we all had a lot of fun. So
In the end, isn't that the most important thing?
isn't that the Christmas?
No,
miracle?
playing the game correctly is the most important thing, Tim.
Follow the rules!
And you've ruined
You're
it.
a bad boy! Bad boy! Bad boy.
No, you
Like a biscuit?
I would love a biscuit! I have a dog's tail. Golden Retriever
What a
style
dog's
tail. The tail behaves like a dog's tail and has apparently influenced my brain. I don't have dog ears, and if you're allergic to dogs, you're not allergic to me. Which is nice. I'm like the cockapoo. But I am also a super hacker. I hack any computer. I won't hack your devices, but I will take your requests, and I'm completely untraceable because who would suspect a dog?
On the internet, no one knows you have a dog tail.
No, we have a separate internet called the Doctornet. It's full of pictures of loose meat. Unguarded loose meat, mind you. None of that running away with
We're not in the watershed yet, Tim.
I don't see what the problem
Give
with
me
the phrase
some gin, I
unguarded
can
loose
deal
meat
with
is. This isn't Map Your Friends anymore, Jonathan.
You are the guy who shot the arrow off the kid's head, whose name escapes me because it's been a while. It's
It's been several hundred years.
William Tell.
William Tell.
Well,
The one
it's
with the overture.
quite close. It's they are an amazingly skilled archer.
okay, cool.
Like Archer.
And you are covered all over in fur.
He's not even
Not
a
all
good archer.
over. I have a disco ball-sized amount of pubic hair.
So it's literally a party in your house.
Literally a pie in my pants. Like you were invited, but apparently didn't want to come.
Can I change my answer? I'm not
I am
gonna
a
change my
totally
answer.
normal human, and I don't know why you're such a sad loser.
So we have like 7 minutes left. Do we want to move on to the next, or do we want to have some sort of lightning round?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, actually, because we've got some more content coming up right now. So,
More content!
more content!
I love content!
So,
Content.
thank you very much to everyone who's been on the stage. So, Tim, Sasha, Jonny, and our special guest, Immogen. So I'm going to be over here in the dark for a moment, and I would like to welcome to the mic Mr. Alex Newell. Come on over, Alex. So because we passed one of our donation milestones, we are going to be doing a reading for you. And I would actually, maybe I should do this more properly. Please welcome to the mic, Martin Blackwood.
Blossoming Thoughts by Blackwood. MK. My heart leaps up when I behold blossoms on the springtime breeze, blowing hither, twisting yon. Simple letters in floral flight, softly scented hopes and dreams. Aloft they speak to wanderers below, wishes of a different view, seeing things in a different light, from origins in darkness, seeded underground. They are statements, taken straight from the branches, given life through exposure. I see threads of a blanket, soon to be piecemeal streetwear, patterns spiraling. Stranger comfort, far from home. Thanks.
wasn't that good? So, Anil, as you may know, Anil actually wrote that during today. And I gave him a bit of a blank check and just said, Anil, when you're done, let me know. I think you wrote that in 2 hours? Yeah. You came up to me after? So that was written in 2 hours after hitting the donation total, which is unbelievable. So very well done, Anil. That's awesome.